Hi, I'm the Vidiot, and this is my list of 10 top apocalyptic movies. Number 10 is Miracle Mile. It's a 1988 movie where a man played by Anthony Edwards, best known for Revenge of the Nerds, answers a ringing phone in a phone booth. You see, kids, they were these things that had phones in them because people didn't have that thing you always carry around and take pictures and watch TikTok videos on. He hears from a member of the Air Force who's stationed at a nuclear missile site that nuclear war has started and there are only 70 minutes until a bomb will hit Los Angeles. The movie follows the panic that occurs as word spreads about the possible incoming missile. Just imagine our toilet paper apocalypse we had with COVID times 1 million. This film is an early role for actor Michael T. Williamson, who played Bubba in Forrest Gump. Idiocracy is a 2006 film from Mike Judge, the creator of Office Space, Silicon Valley, King of the Hill, and Beavis and Butthead. It's about Joe, played by Luke Wilson, an extremely average private in the Army who has volunteered for an experimental program that's studying human hibernation. He's only supposed to be put to sleep for a year, but it ends up being 500 years before he is awakened. Society is in trouble because humans have been dumbed down from using so many computers and automation to make their lives easier. Joe discovers he's the smartest man in the world and is tasked with solving all of the world's problems. Number 8 is WALL-E, a 2008 digitally animated film from Disney and Pixar. It follows a lonely garbage-collecting robot on the abandoned, polluted Earth far into the future. There's almost no dialogue until later in the movie, when WALL-E the trash robot is accidentally taken into space by another robot named Eve, when she goes to notify the remaining humans that they can return to Earth because life has finally grown on the planet again. Number 7, Escape from New York, is a 1981 action movie from John Carpenter, where the island of Manhattan in New York City has been turned into a maximum security prison. It's set in the far future year of 1997. The President of the United States has crashed into the prison island and needs to be rescued because he has an audio tape that contains vital information that could prevent a nuclear world war. A notorious criminal and former Special Forces soldier named Snake Plissken, played by Kurt Russell, is sent in to bring the President and the tape out. Snake is given 24 hours to complete his rescue mission before a poison injected into him kills him. If he can complete the mission, he'll receive a full pardon for all of his crimes. It also stars Donald Pleasance, Lee Van Cleef, Ernest Borgnine, Harry Dean Stanton, Adrienne Barbeau, and Isaac Hayes. Night of the Living Dead is a 1968 movie from the horror master George A. Romero. This is the original modern zombie movie that is the genesis of the genre. The movie follows a group of people taking refuge in a house after the recently deceased come back to life. The movie plays out over one night. The Quiet Earth is a 1985 film from New Zealand based on a 1981 novel of the same name by author Craig Harrison. A government project goes awry and has made everyone except for Zach Hobson disappear. The film follows his descent into madness from isolation and when he encounters two other survivors, the interpersonal relationships that occur between them, and their attempt to try to get the experiment to stop. Snowpiercer is a 2013 movie based on a 1982 graphic novel about a train that is carrying the last remnants of humanity after a failed attempt at controlling global warming makes the Earth an inhospitable frozen wasteland. Life on the train is brutal for the lower class citizens in the tail end and lavish for the high class citizens near the engine. The train itself is worshipped by those aboard it. Some say this is a sequel to Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory in spirit. The Omega Man is a 1971 film starring Charlton Heston as Neville. It's based on the 1954 novel I Am Legend by Richard Matheson. It's been made into many different film versions, most notably The Last Man on Earth in 1964, starring Vincent Price, which was closer to the story of the book than most other versions, and I Am Legend in 2007, starring Will Smith. In every version, there is a lone man who has survived a virus that has wiped out humans on Earth and has turned other people into vampires or zombies, depending on which version you watch. Soylent Green is a 1973 movie on an overpopulated Earth where climate change has decimated food production, with the rich wanting for nothing while the poor starve to death. It's set in the distant future year of 2022. It's based on the 1966 novel Make Room, Make Room by Harry Harrison. The movie revolves around a police detective, Charlton Heston again, investigating the death of the CEO of a large corporation and revealing a worldwide conspiracy about sources of food. This was the final film of actor Edward G. Robinson. And now we come to my number one post-apocalyptic movie, The Road Warrior, also known as Mad Max 2 everywhere else in the world other than the United States, is a 1981 movie that kick-started the post-apocalyptic film genre in the 1980s. This is George Miller's follow-up to his original film, Mad Max, and led to two more sequels, Mad Max Beyond Thunderdome and Mad Max Fury Road. There are reportedly two more sequels in the works right now. This movie follows the adventures and struggles of a man named Max as he tries to survive in the wastelands of Australia's deserts against roving marauders who are out to get the most precious thing in the world, gasoline. He finds a group of survivors who are living in a fortified refinery and is asked by them to help lead them out of the desert to a paradise near the coast. The most notable stars are Mel Gibson as Max, Bruce Spence as the gyro captain, Emo Minty as the feral kid, and Vernon Wells as Wells.